Hey everyone. Hey. Happy day. I hope everyone is having a great day. I'm sorry to keep you waiting. Unexpected things happen because it's the weekdays and it's unexpected. But yeah, I tried to get here on time, but I had to reschedule. First things first, make sure you have all signed the petition. That's at change.org/Shanquella, change.org/Shanquella. So make sure you sign that petition. And please keep in mind that during this live, as you can see in the thumbnail, it says hashtag justice for Shanquella and also hashtag justice for Jaylen Lewis. Today, I will be making phone calls for both lost their lives at the age of 25 due to murder. Okay, so both were murdered at the age of 25. Instead of lives with phone calls, I'm going to make just one. Okay, so first I'm going to start off with Shanquella phone calls and updates, and then Jaylen Lewis. Okay, for Shanquella, I have already made a lot of phone calls. If you missed all videos, I actually might make a playlist of all the videos with calls in the videos. Okay, so I have made a lot of Shanquella calls. Okay, so let's go ahead and start, like I said, with the petition update. And let's see here. We have, let's take this picture down. Okay, for the Shanquella petition, we currently have 36,090 signatures. So 36,090 signatures. Oh, okay. So we're not at our goal for this week yet, but hopefully we will get there. I think the goal is 36,146 signatures by Friday, and it's Wednesday. So yeah, we need to actually speed this up. So we are at 36,090. We need to get to 36,146 signatures by Friday for Shanquella. And let me see what subscriber stated this information. Just a second. Give me just a second. Okay, so if you don't know by now, on February 18th, there will be a Justice March for Shanquella, February 18th in Charlotte, North Carolina. And if you can't attend, there is an email that you can send your letter to, and it will be mailed along with the rest of the letters to Mexico. So I will post that email address again. I will try to post it during every live. Okay, let me see who's all here so I can go ahead and speak to people really fast. Thank you for joining my second. Welcome to the Avengers, the second home of the Avengers. Good afternoon, Devin. Good afternoon, Andrea, Evangelist Kimberly. Wonderful Wednesday to you as well. Good afternoon, PM channel. I did hit that like button. Yes, Hunter. Yes, Hunter. Yes. Okay, let me try to get some more energy. Okay. Hey, sincerely me. Hey, Mod. Hey, Mod. Yes, that's the link to the petition. Hey, Marie. And Marie, I did see your morning show pop up in my feed, but I have not had a chance to watch it, but I will check it out. Okay, so let me go ahead and give an update really quickly. There was a subscriber that left a comment. I have not liked or hearted your comment yet, Janice, but I did see it, so I had to hurry up and actually do what you suggested or put into my comments. There was a website that allowed you to request a meeting with the governor or invite the governor to an event that you were having. So I said, you know what? This is actually a good idea. So we can get the governor's attention in another way is for us to all submit a request, or not everyone, but so basically I invited him to the Justice for Shanquella march that's coming up, but I doubt the governor will attend. But hey, why not give it a shot? It's worth trying. If he actually attends, that the media definitely show up if the governor of North Carolina shows up to the event to actually give like a brief speech, if that, right? So let's go here. Where is it? Banners. Okay, so here's the email address, mymox@yahoo.com. If you cannot attend the event on February 18th, 2023, you can also email your letters here and it will be mailed out. And I will post this email address in every video. Now, if you ask me for this email address, like in the comments, I'm not going to respond because I'm not going to go to a bunch of comments and keep posting the same email address. I will post it in the video. That's as best as I can do, because that will take time away from other things I need to be doing if I have to comment under every post this email address. Okay. Basically says, thank you for contacting the scheduling office for Governor Roy Cooper. We have received your request and will follow up with you as soon as possible. Please know that Governor Cooper's schedule may change without notice. Should this happen, we apologize for any inconvenience and thank you for your understanding. If you have submitted a request for an event taking place within 45 days, which is what I have done, it will be placed in the review cycle immediately. Otherwise, it will be reviewed at the appropriate time. Any press releases, sound bites, printed materials, etc., that use government Cooper's name, image, or quotes must be approved by the office of the governor prior to being distributed. If you need to contact the scheduling office, please email scheduling@nc.gov. Okay, so basically, if you ever wanted to schedule a meeting or invite the governor of North Carolina to an event, you can actually email or actually fill out the form online. I think that even if like a few people do it, like actually just a few people, just give me like maybe even 10 people, just email the governor to attend the Justice for Shanquella March on February 18th. Just 10 people. Can I get 10 people to do it? If he shows up, trust me, it will bring more media and more attention to in the FBI and even the Department of Justice, seeing like the governor of North Carolina at the event will actually even pressure and get media attention. So just send an email to the governor letting him know, hey, can you speak on Shanquella? Can you attend the event or have a meeting with the family? Something to basically create awareness or bring attention to the Shanquella case in North Carolina, right? So I did submit the form. And this is my proof, because this is what you get for once you submit. Okay, so I did submit it. I'm not telling you to do something I didn't do myself already. Okay, so that's that. And then on top of that, I emailed the LPI for Shanquella. Let's see, where is it? Some of you may have seen this on my community tab, but for those who have not, this is Shelley Lynn. She's the FBI spokesperson for Charlotte, North Carolina, and the field office. And she did respond. I said, my question was, have there been any arrests made in the case of Shanquella Robinson, or is there ongoing investigation? Now, everybody know this question is just really, the way I set this question up was really just to get one word or yes or no answer anyway. The type of question, it wasn't like really going to be an open question. Okay, so it says, have there been any arrests in the case of Shanquella Robinson? And then I put or, so maybe, okay, is there still an ongoing investigation? So basically there has been no arrest, but the investigation is ongoing. She replied, ongoing. Now, if those who have been on this channel for a while already know that this is my second time talking to the governor. I mean, talking to this FBI spokesperson. The first time was when I some pictures that Gerardo Zuniga posted. Well, the link to his video that he posted of Shanquella. So she does respond to the email that I posted on the petition. So she does respond, not all the time, but twice she has responded to me. Okay. So if you want to actually ever reach out, of course, make sure it's appropriate that what you're emailing or stating and is relevant. That's the way you can contact. And also, I also posted the different email address for the Charlotte LPI location as well. So make sure you're also keep every now and then periodically applying pressure by just saying, hey, we're still waiting for updates on Shanquella. We're still wanting justice for Shanquella, just to let them know that we're still waiting and watching, and we're not going to let this go cold. We're going to make sure that you all are staying on top of it and making it a priority, because a lot of times if something isn't priority, it gets put on the back burner, or people take that one because they think they have a lot of time in the world, and then when there is something else like they feel is more squeaky, like a squeaky oil gets the squeaky wheel gets the oil, right? So we have to make sure that the Shanquella wheel is really squeaky, 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 so we can get the oil, right? But that's what we have to make sure. Yeah. Okay, so that's the Governor Roy Cooper out through this trying to get him in the scheduling request for Governor Cooper. I got a response back, and they said that they will review it. I don't know if he will attend the event, but if he does, that's great. The second one was, of course, the FBI, and the spokesperson, she said, is ongoing. What else? Let's see. Here's just another, this is just from the governor, the response for the scheduling, as I stated. And okay, so I think that's the main two. Oh, and then before the actual name of the coordinator, I listened to the video again, is actually Shirley Rutledge. And she's like Shanquella, she's the coordinator for Shanquella of the Department of Justice, but she's more like the kind of like a victim advocate, or like, yeah, for the victim. So her name is Shirley Rutledge. Okay. And then there's another person by the name of Leah, who's like the spokesperson or public relations for the Department of Justice, who will actually have information and on Shanquella from the Department of Justice. So there's two people that are really key, like two entities that are really key right now: the Department of Justice and the FBI. I don't know how many of you have watched the video on my main channel of the new update from the FBI from WBTV. If you have not watched that video where they interviewed Shanquella's friend Kayla Mitchell, and they gave an update from the FBI saying there's an ongoing investigation, the FBI spokesperson, the same one that I spoke to, Shelly, she stated that it's an exhaustive investigation going on, and it's between the FBI and the Department of Justice, just like I've been telling y'all, the FBI and Department of Justice. And that's why I've been contacting the FBI and the Department of Justice, because they are like the key people. And then on top of that are the Mexican officials, because we have to make sure that they are applying, or they have requested a provisional arrest for Desiree Jackson. And the key thing is, it's hard to really get a hold of Mexican officials that would have that great source of information of whether or not the provisional arrest has occurred. But I'm going to try again today. Yeah. To me, it's a little more easier for U.S. compared to Mexican officials, like the direct people. Now, the lay people, the everyday people, like concierge and all those people, yeah, I got a hold of those people. But the main top people in Mexico, they barely answer their phones, I'm telling you. Okay, so The one person, the new email that I'm adding is Leah. Leah is the public relations spokesperson for the Department of Justice, who will actually relay information from the Department of Justice, kind of like what Shelly is for the FBI. We have Leah for the Department of Justice. The public relations person has to be in the know because they have to be the ones that gives like updates to the public. So they have to know the details of a case or what's going on in order to be able to give updates, or at least something to be able to give updates. So I basically do have a new email address for us to contact for information from the Department of Justice. So let's see.
This is Leah Dani with the U.S. Attorney's Office. Please note that all messages are recorded and archived. Please press pound to leave me a message. If you wish to send me an email, the email address is leah.bontalani, BANTAVANI, @usdoj.gov. If this is a media-related question, please let me know what the case number is, if you have that, and your deadline. Thank you.
Hi, can you please return my phone call? I'm calling about the Shanquella Robinson case.
Thank you. To send your message, press 3 or hang up. To delete your current message and record a new one, press 1. To listen to your message, press 2. To mark your message as urgent, press 6. To mark your message as confidential, press 7. Your message has been sent. To get transferred to an attendant, press 0. To access the voice portal, press the star key. To menu, press the pound key. Welcome to your Compilot voice portal. Please enter your passcode, then press the pound key. If you are not calling from your own phone, please press the star key.
Okay, basically this is a new email, Leah Bontavanti. This is her email address for the public relations for the Department of Justice. And that's why I was told we'll be able to give information or updates on Shanquella Robinson's case. But just like with Shirley from the FBI, the spokesperson doesn't always reply. Sometimes they reply to the media more so than the public. However, this person will relay information back to whoever's handling the case. So the good thing about it, because they have to handle the public and the public's perspective and opinions, etc., basically public relations. So basically, we all still need to email this person and apply pressure for the Shanquella Robinson case. Okay, so everybody needs to email Leah. Email Leah, and also you can call Leah as well. Shirley Rutledge is the victim coordinator, and Leah is the public relations for the Department of Justice. Let me post Shirley's information. Where is it? Let me delete this one. Okay, so I cannot be the only ones of calling or emailing these people. To apply pressure, it needs to be power in numbers. It needs to be more than one person's. I'm going to also email this information out. Okay, this is Shirley Rutledge, the victim coordinator over Shanquella's case. And this is the main phone number. You can reach anyone at the Department of Justice. Shirley Rutledge, she has, if you don't want to call, you can also email Shirley.Rutledge, and this is her email address. And I've already added both of these to the petition page as well. So it's on the main page. I've also added Dina King, who is the boss of both of these people. So she's like the head honcho, Dina King. This is Dina King. Her email address right here, Department of Justice main contact. So basically, the goal was to contact the main people over it for the FBI and Department of Justice, which I'm giving you now. And then on top of that was to contact the Mexican officials as well. Let me try to call that one number again, but most of the time they don't answer for Mexico. Well, let me see. Let me call and see if Leo actually answered this time. The call that you just heard, that was Leo's number. And also for Shirley. Wait 1 second. So let me put that number back up just in case anyone else wants to call. Where is it? You can call this number. You can ask to speak to Shirley, who is the victim coordinator over Shanquella's case, or you can speak to public relations, who will be in charge of information that the public will want or inquiry. Let's see. I left a message for Shirley Rutledge already. Let me try Leah again. And let me go back to the number. This is the phone number. Okay. Oh, let me tell y'all. Guess what? So, um, Dejanae's sister, she put her Twitter on private. So if you didn't see her Twitter late, she put her Twitter on private, and then she also put her Twitter on. She changed her Twitter handle like twice. So she changed her Twitter handle, but she's crazy because if you change your Twitter handle, people can still find you with the old handle. All they have to do is search Twitter, and your new handle will pop up instead. So she keeps changing her Twitter handle, and she put her Twitter on private. She also took down her Facebook. So yeah, Designate Sister took her Facebook down. I'm like, girl, I didn't even share your Facebook page. But yeah, she took her Facebook page down. I didn't even share her Facebook page, which had her real name, obviously, so I didn't share it. I just shared her the tweets, like the tweets on Twitter. And she had a at and username, whatever. And then well, I did, to be honest, I was a little messy because I was like not doing anything at first, but then she woke up yesterday morning and she said, what did she say? She tweeted, I only got 3 hours of sleep. And that's when I put, let me see what I put. Wait 1 second. What I put? I was like, why did I do that? Now, since I did that, I'm sorry, y'all. Since I did that, she put her Twitter on private. My bad. So if you took your time and you didn't watch my last video, it's too late now. Her Twitter's on private now. I should have just left it alone, but when she said she only had 3 hours of sleep, I was being messy. And I put, what about Dage? Is she sleeping well these days, considering how she killed Shanquella? Y'all, I put that. I put, what about Dage? Is she sleeping well these days, considering how she killed Shanquella? She deleted that tweet and she put her Twitter on private. Y'all, so now it's on private. I'm sorry. And I was trying to be good. I was like, I'm not gonna respond to anything. But when she wrote that, I was like, oh my gosh. And the next thing I know, my fingers like typing, and I typed that. And then by the time I came back later that day, she had it on private. She had changed her Twitter handle and put her Facebook on private. Ooh. Oh. Okay, so let me go back to this. That's a different whole nother thing. So yeah, if you go to it now, it's on private. If you watch my other video, you ought to know it was on public, but now it's private. I told y'all people be taking down their Facebooks and Twitters. Oh, she's in hiding now, I guess. Ooh, my bad. Um, but I can actually show this. I can't really show the first message, but I can show where is it? Where is it? I can edit and post this one. Wait, no, not this one. No, this was on there. I can't crop this one off because I don't want to show my Twitter handle on this thing. So I won't really post this. But yeah, she put her page on private. Her new at handle is, let me see what her new at handle is. Um her new at handle is at underscore just underscore dat underscore. So she changed it. Oh, I can show. I mean, I can post this screenshot. Hold on. Wait 1 second. Wilson. Okay, so let me go ahead and call her before I get sidetracked. But yeah, from now on, if I have somebody's Twitter and it's on public and I post it for y'all to see, I will not be messy, so that way everyone can see and dig through it before it gets private, put on private. And you know what? What you're supposed to do really is you're supposed to follow the page. Like use another page and you follow the page first before you do anything. That way, if they put it on private, you're already following. Ooh. But I don't think I follow. I have to go check my other page because I have a little page that I use sometimes to spy. I spy. That's why I say I'm not going to post that one because I don't want to show my I spy page. But wait, hold on. Where is it? Trust me, if anyone sees my other handle, Twitter handle, Truth Teller Dani, they will hurry up and block that page. They will block that page so fast. So gotta have me another page. Just I spy. I can't let nobody know it's me, obviously. Uh for obvious reasons. Wait. Let me download this. And I need to hurry up because the day goes by fast and you don't want to let everything close down before you make all your calls. Come on. Where is it? Okay, one page I actually messaged something, but then that was after I tweeted something. So I'm gonna post the one I tweeted something up from. Wait. Go back here. I swear I have too many pictures on this computer and screenshots and unorganized to that. Okay, here we go. Oh, come on, don't do this to me. Where is it? I deleted some. And I'm telling y'all, look. Okay, finally. Okay, here it is right here. It says, what about Dage? Is she sleeping well these days, considering how she killed Shanquella? And if you actually look, at the very top, it says this tweet was deleted by the tweet author. So she deleted that one. And says share this tweet with anyone, even if they aren't on Twitter yet. And remember, her Twitter handle is underscore superb, and now is underscore just underscore dad underscore. It was two underscores at two underscores just underscore dad underscores her new at, and then her Facebook is hidden now. So if you didn't get to see it, all her stuff, then too late. But if you watch my video, I already had screenshots of all the important things anyway that I at least found. But there was like, how many tweets did she have? Like 55,000. So y'all know good and well I ain't go through all those tweets. Okay, let me go ahead and call this number. And y'all know good and well that she told Desjanae about this, about that tweet. So y'all know she relayed that. She's like, I bet she went and told her like somebody left this message on Twitter, and Desjanae probably told her to delete it, and also to put her stuff on private. And like, oh, she deactivated her Facebook. And if I could go back, I probably would not have wrote this. But y'all, I was not in a good mood, and I saw her write that. I was already not in a good mood, and then I saw her write, she only got 3 hours of sleep, and then my messy self put that. So anywho, uh, where is it? Okay, 704-344-6222. That's weird. Why is this not in my recent calls? It's not in my recent calls, and I just called it.
The U.S. Attorney's Office.
Yes, may I speak to Leah?
May I ask who's calling?
Daniela?
Okay, please hold. This is Leah Bongiovanni with the U.S. Attorney's Office. Please note that all messages are recorded and archived. Please press pound to leave me a message. If you wish to send me an email, the email address is...
Okay, so that's voicemail. So let me go ahead and call right back and see if I can get a hold of Shirley Rutledge. Other people, if you want to call, just say you want updates on Shanquella. That's all you have to. You can even just say it to the receptionist, and trust me, the receptionist will relay this information back to her boss, the supervisor. That, oh, I'm getting a lot of calls about Shanquella. I'm getting a lot of calls about Shanquella. So if at least right now, if everyone can just call this number 704-344-6222 and just say, are there any updates on Shanquella? Or any updates for Shanquella? You can also leave an email address for you could actually not even just reception, just ask to be transferred to Leah and leave a voicemail that you want updates on Shanquella. Yeah, do that because Leah is for public relations. So call this number 704-344-6222 and just say you need an update on Shanquella Robinson case. Yeah. And ask to speak to Leah. So I'm gonna call right now. I'm gonna ask to speak to Shirley because she's a different person. She's the victim coordinator.
U.S. Attorney's Office.
Yes, can I speak to Shirley Rutledge?
Please hold. Shirley Lewis Rutledge is not available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone. Press the pound key to end recording. The voice messaging service has not detected a message. Please start recording your message after the tone. The voice messaging service has not detected a message. Please start recording your message after the tone.
Hi, Shirley Lewis. Please return my call. This is my second time calling, and I'm still waiting on a return phone call. Thank you.
Thank you. To send your message, press 3 or hang up. To delete your message has been sent. To get transferred to an attendant, press 0.
I knew I wasn't going crazy. Her name on that voicemail is Shirley Lewis Rutledge. So I was right. Shirley Lewis Rutledge. I'm like, I know I wasn't hearing anything. I know I heard Shirley Lewis. So it's Shirley Lewis Rutledge, okay? So again, if just everyone call this number and just say on either Shirley, who is the victim coordinator, or Leah, public relations, just call and say you want to update on Shanquella. This is Department of Justice and LPI. Everyone says, hey, I want an update, or hey, they need to hurry up with this case. Well, I'm giving you the numbers to call of who can actually know about the Shanquella cases with the Department of Justice. I've also given you the FBI information as well. So if you want to apply pressure, call or send an email for an update. Email Shirley. All you have to do is email, please update on Shanquella Robinson case. Email that to Shirley Rutledge or Leah. Those you can just email one sentence, email something. Even if you call, say please update soon or stay on top of this case, something. Because a lot of calls, a lot of emails. Okay, so let me go ahead and try Mexico. Right. I just saw a message from Janice. Where is it? Janice, I saw your comment and I already went over it. You have to press replay. At the beginning of this video, I said I already used your suggestion, which is to call. You said call Roy Cooper office today, told to go online, fill out scheduling request for face-to-face teleconference. Now, I did not do the face-to-face teleconference request. I weighed my options and I decided that I would invite him to an event first. And then maybe I'll submit a new one for a one-on-one. However, right now I did try to get him to come to the event because it's like a public event, and he'll have to, it's more of like the media will attend because he's the governor of North Carolina, and then it will be all over the news about what him being at the march, and that will create more awareness than me just having a one-on-one. Now, definitely a one-on-one will be great, but I think a one-on-one with the family will be better. But either way it goes, I just need him to do more as the governor of North Carolina for this case, especially it's international for one. Come on, you can't overlook it or ignore it. And a brief statement isn't good enough. And also, it's publicity and keeps her name alive if he speaks on it, right? So yes, thank you for that tip and that advice. I did take that as a suggestion. So if you actually rewind this video, where is it? You'll see right here that I did do the scheduling option that you suggested. And thank you again for taking initiative and thinking of ways that we can try to contact people. And I did follow through with your suggestions. So thanks again. Okay, so let's go ahead and call some Mexico numbers. Yeah. Let's go ahead and take some Mexico numbers really fast, and then I'll get to some comments. Again, to be honest, there's one number that really answers, the other ones not so much. No harm in trying. What I mean by that, I don't mean like the concierges and the lay people. I mean the government officials. Okay, so let me go to that. Okay, that's the number that I was given for the attorney's office in Baja California, sir. And here's another one I found. Let me call this one. Okay, so let me try a different one. Uh, I need a new number. I think some people have caller ID. Because I know that one time I called for that Mobby paramedic, and she had caller ID. So I know she never answers anymore. There's no way that you have a business. There's a business number, and no one ever answers it. So yeah, caller ID is in full effect. Okay. Let me call that one number and let him know that the numbers he gave me are not good. I get him hold of anyone. Where is his number? Let me try Daniel De La Rosa again.
Órgano interno de control, buenas tardes.
Yes.
Bueno.
Hello. Is there someone that speaks?
Hola.
You speak English?
A little bit. What can I help for you?
Yes, I spoke to someone before, and I needed to talk to Daniel De La Rosa Naya, but the number they gave me, it did not connect me to Daniel De La Rosa Naya or his office.
A ver. Están hablando de Estados Unidos. Sí. Te lo paso. Dile que... A ver. Wait a minute, please.
Okay.
Hello, what can I do for you?
Yes, I called this office before and I was given a number to contact, but every time I call that number, no one answers the phone.
Can you speak a little bit slower? I don't understand too much.
Okay, I need phone number for Daniel De La Rosa Anaya.
You already called here?
Yes.
Your name is Daniela?
Yes.
Okay, we gave you an email address and you send it an email, and it was answered by my boss. He asked you if you can send the email in English so he can translate it to the Spanish. Did you do it?
Sí.
You did it?
Yes, but he gave me more information. He gave me a new number to contact, and the new number, no one answers the new number.
Okay, let me check. Es que lo del correo, dice que le dio otro número y que no le contestan el pasivo. Sí, ya se lo pasé a la compañera esa a la secretaria de López. Hi,
Yes.
could you give me an email address so you can have an answer there, please?
You want my email address?
Yeah, your email address.
Okay, it's D
B?
D as dog, D as in dog,
D, uh-huh.
A as in apple,
Mm-hmm.
N
Mm-hmm.
N as in Nancy,
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
as in ice,
So you can have the information that you need. Uh, mm, if we can help you.
oh, all right, thank you.
But
That
I didn't. Okay,
all right,
thank you.
all right, gracias.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so basically he says he's gonna email me more information. So we will see. I'll let y'all know what is emailed. Okay, so basically, let's see. Let me read some comments. What time is it? I need to hurry up and make more phone calls. Again, thank you for joining my second channel, Sheila. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, Hunter, yes. Keep signing and sharing the petition. Change.org /Shanquella. Hey, Marie. I'll have to catch the replay. Good afternoon, everybody. Yes, some people will have to catch the replay. Yes, thank you for joining the Avengers. Billy Mackey, hello, Dani and crew. Looks like our prayers and your determination is working. Well, we need way more stuff to be happening. Request the governor scheduling. Yes, this is the okay. Make sure that I need a few people, at least a dozen people, to email the governor and let him know about the event that's coming up, and we want him to attend and give a brief speech. At least acknowledge more what happened to Shanquella. Justice for Shanquella Robinson. Yes. Hey, Carmen. Yeah, keep hashtagging Justice for Shanquella Robinson. Okay, let me make some more calls for Shanquella, and then I need to get on to Jaylen Lewis before the business hours end. Many thanks to everyone who has signed and shared a petition. The current signature count is 36,092 signatures. Let's continue to apply pressure. Justice for Shanquella. Yes. Continue to apply pressure. That's why I said I need everyone calling and emailing. The main thing I need y'all to do today is apply pressure to the FBI and DOJ because they're the main ones that can make something happen right now. Okay. Yep. They are the ones that can they have the most power right now because Dejanay is in the United States at this moment. If she was in Mexico, then obviously Mexico would have more power right now. But Mexico also has power because I need y'all to be emailing them as well and making sure that a provisional arrest has been requested for Dejanay. By now, Daniel De La Rocha should already had got this message. Like, I might not have his direct number that he's answering, but we do have his email address, and I've already posted it. Justice for Shanquella. Let me go ahead and post his email address. This is for Daniel De La Rosa Naya. So email him and make sure that he has done a provisional arrest along with the governor for Mexico, Victor Castro. So email him as well about the provisional arrest. So this is Castro. Email him. You can send one group email to Victor Castro right here. You can also send it to Daniel De La Rosa Naya. Send them both the email about the provisional arrest and for them to arrest Dejanay Manhan Jackson. We're sick of it. Arrest her now, damn it. I need to make sure this provisional request arrest has been applied for. So email Daniel De La Rosa Naya. It don't take but a minute. Y'all send text messages all damn day. So y'all can send a quick email address to Daniel De La Rosa Naya and Victor Castro and demand that Dejanay Manhan Jackson be arrested. They don't have to wait for extradition. They can do a provisional arrest and arrest her Manhan's ass now. The fuck? So go ahead and email Victor Castro and Daniel De La Rosa Naya. Everybody do it. Okay? Governor Roy Cooper, that's his phone number. He don't really answer, of course. You already know. But I still left a voicemail. Okay, and who else? And then, of course, I already posted this information. This is Shirley Rutledge, the victim coordinator over Shanquella's case. I'm giving y'all a lot of information now. I'm giving y'all a lot of information on people to contact. I did the homework for you. I already contacted these people, called people, got their email addresses, phone number. So all you have to do is actually use it, utilize it. Okay, so let's go ahead and call. Let's see if the concierge, not through Ivan. Ivan, I haven't called Ivan or not responded because he hasn't wrote me. But I have not talked to Ivan since that night. I left him alone. Okay. However, I do feel that if certain questions are worded in the right way and I'm in a good headspace, information out of him if he hasn't been silenced. But by now he probably has been silenced. I don't know. But one of the concierge that works there was the one that was contacted the night of the incident. Now, which one it was, I don't know which one it was, y'all. I don't know.
Hola,
Hola, Angel.
hola, hola.
Yes. Can I speak to Lucy?
Again?
Lucy.
Yes, again?
I need Lucy.
Why you need Lucy? Is your friend? Is your family? I don't know who's Lucy.
Lucy is the house cleaner.
I don't know any Lucy house cleaner.
Okay, Angel, I have a Angel. So, were you the concierge working for Shanquella Robinson when Shanquella Robinson was in Cabo?
Which villa?
It was Villa Linda 32.
No, I don't have that villa. Sorry.
Okay, well, who has that villa?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Who are you?
Who am I?
Yes, exactly. You are asking me questions, but I don't know who are you.
Well, maybe I'm interested in traveling to Cabo and I have questions. So you don't know, you never worked at Villa Linda 32. I saw your name on a review for Villa Linda 32.
I don't know which review, but what I can tell you is that I cannot. I don't want to be in your page or your because I know you're a YouTuber. You are doing this crazy thing. You are doing this crazy thing just to have more likes. Please don't be like that.
No, I'm actually trying to get information. You have worked at Villa Linda 32. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, they watch my channel, y'all. Like, oh my gosh. I am dead. Oh, hey.
Don't take advantage.
Oh, you're still here? I thought you hung up on me. Oh my gosh.
Don't take advantage of the pain. You're taking advantage of family. Don't do that.
Okay, Angel, let's be honest, Angel. You worked at Villa Linda 32. You worked at Villa Linda 32. I saw you and your name was in the reviews. They said Angel was a good concierge for Villa Linda 32. You worked there.
Okay.
Okay, but you just told me.
Where you see that? I mean,
Okay, well you told me.
I received this. I don't know what you want to do. Keep doing this. I'm really feel really bad for the family.
Okay, no, what's really bad for the family if the concierge did not contact the family. Hello.
Like you, I don't know.
Did you?
Just
Why didn't the
do what you have to
concierge
do.
contact the family and?
Go to cabovillas.com and they will give you the correct information. Thank you very much.
Okay, why didn't you contact the family and let them know what happened to Shanquella? Hello?
Hello, yes.
Yes, I said, why didn't the concierge contact the family and let them know where their daughter was in Cabo?
Contact contact cabovillas.com. They will answer you all what you want.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Were you the concierge working that night? Were you working that night?
It's what you said. I mean, probably you were there. Probably you did the situation. Who knows? I don't know who you are.
Who do I ask if you were there? Because I saw you in the review. You said you never worked at Cabo Villa Linda, but I saw your name that you worked there before. So you know Villa Linda 32 because you worked there.
What were you?
Who am I?
Your full name or what? Yes. You are asking many things, but I don't know. Nobody knows who are you and what are your intentions.
Okay, my thing is this. I think you are the one that was working that night. That's why you are so upset about me calling.
No. I am upset because you are crazy people. You are calling all the concierge. That's what I know. Because you are calling all the concierge saying exactly the same question, the same thing. And you're doing things that you don't know.
Okay,
So
well,
please,
one of you
follow the correct channels. Talk to the company, talk to the police, or when you want to do it, but stop pressing us. We are workers.
Okay.
Really hard.
My question is
really busy. We don't have time. We are attending clients. So thank you very much.
Okay,
for calling me, for paying me. But I can tell you, whatever you want, contact cabovillas.com. That is the best company in all the world.
Which concierge was working that night when the Cabo 6 called them? So one of you were working that night.
What you were doing that night? I mean,
what was I doing that night?
Okay. You were there too?
I was not there, but I do know that the
Thank you very much. Thank you for calling. And please contact cabovilla.com to get your rental, to have an excellent experience with, and we are the best equipment that you ever see. Thank you very much.
Okay. Can I ask one more question? But when the guests are there, they have to contact the concierge to get the doctor. So that's why the concierge is called, because the doctor, that's how they got the doctor. They had to call the concierge first. So who did they call that night to get to the doctor, to refer to the doctor?
I can tell you that please, friends, cabovillas.com, come, everybody, we're going to give you a good service. And this situation, I don't call cabovillas.com to get your reservation, to be with us. We're going to give you a really good service. That's what we do. Really good service. Thank you very much. And if you want to call that, thank you very much. We'll give you some promotion for cabovillas.com that we are the best company. Thank you.
Okay, why is he promoting? That's the problem now. He's so worried about Cabo Villas and their brand and their image instead of what actually happened. All right, thank you, Tiffany. I'm going to write the governor of North Carolina. So basically, all the concierges that work for the company are all saying that they were not there that night. One of them are lying because one of them had to be there that night. And one of them had to be the one that actually referred the Cabo 5 to the doctor, Carolina Ornelas. So one of them are lying. And Angel is actually one of the people that's in like a couple of the reviews, and the reviews that mention Angel and how he worked there. So he lied about not being like he didn't know what Villa Linda 32, like he didn't work there. Since he's so concerned about the image, they need to do the right thing. All right, so let me go ahead and move on to Jaylen Lewis. It looks like to me all the concierge have been talking, and he said that he doesn't know like which one works for Villa Linda 32, but he said I've been calling all the concierge. He's not really realizing he's telling on himself. How does he know I call all the concierges if he doesn't know which one works for Villa Linda 32? So you know exactly which one it was. You know all this information. You obviously just don't want to tell me, and you pretend like you don't know Bill 32. But yet how do you know I call all the concierges unless you know all of them, right? So apparently, yeah, I did call all the concierge, right? And which one of y'all are the one that was there that night? And that's who I'm trying to reach. It's hard. Yeah, I'm not okay, so yeah, like, share, and go ahead and hit the like button. So anyways, let me go ahead and move on to Jaylen Lewis because that's Mississippi time. So when is it? What time is it Mississippi? Okay, it's 3:00 Mississippi time. So let me go ahead and move on to Jaylen Lewis phone calls. No, he didn't say you're taking advantage. I can't. Exactly. This is my opinion. Okay, so the concierge, when they're there, they have the guest list, the registrar list, right? So once they have that list, they have the list of all the phone numbers of all the guests. So tell me why, when they had this list, Cabo Villas, why did Shanquella's father have to call around to find out where Shanquella was? Why did he have to call around to find out where he was? Why did the family have to try to find where her body was? In my opinion, since they have the numbers for everybody at the villa, they should have been reaching out to those numbers to find out like how to get a hold of Shanquella. One of those people would have answered the phone, especially in the when she was maybe not after the autopsy came, but before the autopsy came, when they first had her body from that Villa Linda 32, before they took her to the State Department, they could have called any of those numbers on that list and said, hey, we need to get a hold of the parents and let them know where her daughter is or anything like that. But Cabo Villas did not do that. The concierge did not do that. And we already know from Ivan that when you go to Cabo Villas and you make when you stay there, anything that you have an issue of, any problems you have, you call the concierge. Ivan already said that. He said you call the concierge for everything you need, including the doctor, and then they refer you to the doctor or give a referral, right? So we already know that they called the concierge, and then that's how they got Dr. Carolina Ornelas. So they were referred by the concierge. We also know that the chef, the concierge, and the maid are all being questioned by the police, and that's through Ivan. And now, thanks to Angel is a jackass I mentioned before that I talked to a long time ago. Okay, he's when I said it's a jackass, I didn't want to call him again, but I did because for me, I think that he's the one that was there, but he might not be. Okay, so what was I saying? Hey, Tribal. NBC News Daily. What's this about? Okay, Tyree Nichols. I already know about that case. That's something everyone has already been discussing. Okay, hey Dani and everyone. I'm not gonna be reviewing the Tyree Nichols case. There's a lot of people already talking about that case and on it. Great, taking your advice. Yes. Okay. What was I saying about the Cabo Villas? Yes, go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and hit the like button. Oh yeah. So basically, he told on himself that they watched my YouTube channel. So they are alert. I already knew that Cabo Villas was watching my channel, and all those people watching my channel. So yeah, I'm like out of commission because I'm already known already. Like even like the other guy was like, everybody knows me now, y'all. So y'all got some other people phone calls. I'm already known. Called Roy Cooper office today, told to go online, fill out scheduling requests for face-to-face teleconference. Yeah, I also did the scheduling, and that's how I know I've been calling, because everybody fucking knows me, y'all. Where's my freaking phone? Okay, so use the following hashtags on all social media platforms. Girl, she went and told her right when she saw it. Yeah, so I already know that. Child, this has been a messy week. Girl, she went into it. Yeah, and we trust me, everybody wants answers about what happened to Shanquella that night, and the people with the answers obviously are not going to be talking. And that includes people in America, like with the Cabo 5, they're all being quiet, probably lured up on most of them. Nazir's the only one that spoke. In Mexico, they're also being tight-lipped and they don't want to talk either. No one really wants to talk. I think Ivan talked the most, and then the lady from the receptionist from the paramedics. You go, Dani. So glad you called the sister out on Twitter. Oh yeah, y'all, I just need to get off. I just been messy lately. I feel you though. Yeah, trust me. Like I don't know why, but like when she wrote, she got 3 hours of sleep. Then I just like wrote something. I swear I would not have a Twitter account, but I just created one and posted justice for Shanquella Robinson to support her family. I hope that will help you get more signatures. Well, good thing about Twitter is like once someone clicks on the hashtag, then they will be able to go to see all the people hashtagging are talking about Shanquella. So basically that's what a hashtag is for. People click on it and then it will take you to all the search results and everyone talking about it, the pictures, tweets, and everything, this discussion on Shanquella, should I say. And also, but enough people will tweet that same hashtag, it can also lead to it to trend, but it takes a lot for it to trend. A lot of people have to be signing it. Yes, y'all, I did that. So let's go ahead and move to Jaylen Lewis. And then that will be the end for today's live. The main thing I need y'all to do is actually contact the officials that can actually apply pressure to the case. Okay, I'm not saying to contact obviously the concierge, just as me being nosy. The other people need to be contacted, like the FBI and the DOJ and the Mexican officials email addresses that I posted. Hey Leah, hey, sorry I'm joining late. I'll have to catch up when it's over. Hey Jacqueline, Red Lipstick Hustler, hey. Yes, this is my playlist. And then, yeah, I actually updated the playlist. So it's actually updated. So anyone actually needs to catch up on all the videos. Hey, K, I think I said their name right. 7K Dylan. Okay. All right. Thank you for hitting the like button. I'm gonna right now catch the replay later. I saw a video of Elise and she tries to hide her face the entire time. It's all that guilt. Are you talking about the one at her the funeral or the one in the car? Which one? Hey, Mariah. Yes, continue to sign the petition. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to Jaylen Lewis before it gets too late. I have to make phone calls for him as well. Hey, Della. And who else is here? I think, did I see Bossy? I can't remember. Hey, Gwen. Denise, yes, they know you by now. I'm rolling with you, sis. Yeah, everyone knows me by now. Yeah, they all talk. And that's the thing, he messed up. They discussing you during their lunch break. That's the thing, he messed up because he said he said he doesn't know like the concierge that works for Villa in the 32, but then he said I talked to all the concierge. Which one is it? How do you know? Like, how do you know? If you don't know who works at that one, how do you know I talked to that person? Because you don't know that person. Obviously, you do know who works at concierge. And also, if you pull up go back to my old videos, I talk about Villa in the 32 and read the reviews. Angel, Gio, and Hector, they all worked at Villa Linda 32 along with Lucy the Maid. And he acts like he don't know who Lucy the Maid is. He's in one of the same reviews with the name Lucy. So Lucy was a maid during the time he was a concierge. He's a liar. I'm making a pin to wear wherever I'm out with her Shanquella. Oh, actually, take a picture of it. Actually, will be cool to look at, right? I know some people have been making things and sending it to the mom, or the mom has made some things. I can't remember. Thank you for keeping us alive. Definitely. Okay, so anyways, let me go ahead and post this information more time before I move on to Jaylen Lewis. Right now, everyone just call and email Shirley Lewis. You can either make a phone call and just say, hey, just say something like, hey, is there any updates on the Shanquella Robinson case? But ask to be transferred first and then leave a voicemail on Shirley Lewis. She's not going to answer the phone. Trust me, they barely answer the phone. So you can leave a voicemail on Shirley Rutledge at 704-344-6222. That's 704-344-6222. Shirley Rutledge. And that same phone number, 704-344-6222, can also reach Leah, who is also public relations. Now, don't feel too scared to call Leah, because Leah is in charge of public relations. Public relations, they deal with the public and they answer questions from the public. That's what their job is. So they give updates and everything else. So even if you just email her and say, what's the update on Shanquella Robinson case, that's applying pressure to the Department of Justice. So the main one I would actually want you to do is actually both Shirley and Leah, but definitely Leah if you're a person that's too fearful to call or whatever else. You could just contact Leah because that's her job status anyways for public relations, dealing with the public, okay? And Shirley Rutledge is like the victim coordinator over the case, make sure that Shanquella's case gets the due justice as opposed to kind of like her victim advocate. Even though she's no longer here, she's kind of like has a victim advocate person over her case, which is Shirley Rutledge, okay, the victim coordinator. So that's it. And then I also, if I get an email back from the Mexico office I called earlier, Internal Affairs OIC office, then I will let y'all know what was stated. Let me check my email now and see if I actually got anything. Let me check. Nope, I haven't got anything yet from that email. I'm checking my other one. Email address for anything new. Nothing there. And everyone wants answers, including the family. Like, and everyone has answers. Everyone that has the answers is not talking. Okay, so let's go here. Wait. And Mavi, I just want her to answer one question. You know what that is? Like I want to know, like, what was Shanquella's like status when she got there, when she arrived with the doctor? I think everyone want to know that question. There's a lot of questions for the paramedic, right? Okay, so let's move on to the next thing now. Okay, I knew I saw you. All right, y'all. So I'm moving on to Jaylen Lewis phone calls. Where is it next? Okay, so if you don't know about Jaylen Lewis, this is the second half of the video, and it's going to be calls for justice for Jaylen Lewis for the next portion. Jaylen Lewis is 25 years old when he was murdered by police. He was followed by an unmarked car, and then once he got to a red light, sitting at a red light, obeying traffic. He was obeying traffic laws. He was actually sitting at a red light when he was actually shot in the head. And it's been 4 months. There's no autopsy report. There's no real official police report. There's no body cam footage released. There's nothing. And it's complete, to me, cover up, and people are really being sketchy. And I actually have another video with like a lot of phone calls being made. So if you have not watched my calls for justice for Jaylen Lewis, the first one, you're going to be kind of behind on this one. Okay. Now this is like Jackson, Mississippi, the good old boys town, and these people are really, really sketchy.
Coroner's office.
Yes, I was calling to speak to Sharon Stewart.
Sharon's not in the office. Is there something I can assist you with?
Who am I speaking with?
My name is Carmelita.
Okay. Do you hold the same position as she does, or?
No, I don't. I'm her office manager.
Okay. What's your what's her excuse for not releasing the autopsy for Jaylen Lewis, even though his body has already been released and the autopsy is complete?
What's her excuse?
Yes. Does it typically take 4 months for an autopsy report to be released to the family?
Here, they do not release those reports until after they have gone to trial.
And that's for all cases?
Yes, the homicide cases.
For the homicide cases.
Mm-hmm.
And that if I go back through all cases of homicide, all of those reports were held for all of those homicide cases.
Until after they go to trial.
So you were not like instructed to just hold Jaylen Lewis report. It's just standard procedures and protocols to hold all autopsy reports for homicide cases.
Hold on one moment. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, so as I was saying, if I go through the previous homicide cases for Jackson, Mississippi, will all of those autopsies reports be held, or will it just be for certain situations or certain circumstances?
I'll tell you what, let me get Miss Stewart to give you a call. That's the callback number where she can reach you at.
She can reach me at.
And who am I speaking with?
Daniela.
All right, I'll get this message to her.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Mm-hmm. Bye, bye.
Okay, pay attention to how she said that it's held for all homicide cases. The autopsy report is held for all homicide cases until it goes to trial. So my rebuttal was, well, if I actually go like look at the history, like historical cases of the homicide cases or previous cases, will all of those show that the autopsy report was held until the trial, or will some of those actually have been released before the trial? And as you can see, she hurried up and changed to where she'll have somebody call me back. I have yet to receive a phone call. That was yesterday. And I purposely waited until I can actually see like almost 24 hours, no return phone call about that question, right? So I'm not stupid. I already know that in all homicide cases that they don't wait until it goes to trial to actually release the autopsy, which was my question. So I'm definitely going to call back. And who is this person right here? I'm going to call back and I need to speak to this person, Sharon Stewart, who is not really getting onto the phone. Okay, so Sharon Stewart. So what I need everyone to do today is to actually call this number for the Hines City and just request that should I say, that they release the autopsy report for Jaylen Lewis. I need a lot of people to call this number for the Hines City medical examiner's office. and they need to release the autopsy report for Jaylen Lewis. Even if like 10 people call right now, that will actually be sufficient in order to get a bunch of people calling in. Like even like 10 people, it will seem like a lot of calls at once. 20 is best. Hey, the more the merrier. So I'm gonna post this number, and if I can just get some people to call, just more than just me calling, pretty much. And you can't rely on other people. You can't say, well, I'm not going to call because I know there's other people watching and then they will call. I need, even if you're watching this live after it ends, save the number and call at some point. Okay. So you don't have to call during this live. You can also call after the live ends or whenever you're watching. Here's the number right here, 601-973-5505, 601-973-5505. And that is the number for the medical examiner's office. You would just say, hey, it's been 4 months and Jaylen Lewis autopsy report has not been released. When will you release this autopsy report? That's something as simple as that. You don't have to go into a lot of detail like I do. You can just, that's applying pressure, just having a lot of people call or make an inquiry about the same topic. Okay. Hey, Brittany. Hey, Erica.
Daily Martin 2. It's not available. Record your message after the tone. When you've finished, you can hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hi, Bailey. You stated that once you received the pictures of the officers that were involved in the murder of Jaylen Lewis, that you would identify them. Well, you were sent the pictures well over a week ago, and you have not followed through with the identification of the officers. One of the officers was identified as Assistant Chief Eddie Washington Jr. However, it is unconfirmed whether he was actually involved in the incident or whether he arrived after the incident occurred. However, he has been identified as one of the 4 officers in the pictures. Was he also one of the officers placed on administrative leave? Please return my call at. Okay, so basically, this is Bailey Martin right here, and this is what's interesting about Bailey Martin. Wait a second. Bailey Martin is the public relations for the Jackson, Mississippi office. And actually pay attention to this right here. Let me take this number down for a second. Where is it? Bailey Martin named Governor Reeves' new press secretary. So she used to be, when she was a little young, she was younger, used to be the press secretary, public relations person for Governor Tate Reeves' office. So that's what I mean by all of them are like connected, or they know each other, or like boys are pals or whatever. So now she is like the public relations for the Mississippi Bureau of Investigations. Now, okay, it's like working with the Capitol Police. So she's connected to the governor's office. So that's why I say all these people are connected.
If you are satisfied with your, press 1. To review it, to send your message sent. To disconnect, press 1. To enter another, thank you. Goodbye. You have reached the Mississippi Department of Public Safety Legal Office. If you have a question regarding the reinstatement or suspension of a driver's license, press 1. If you have questions regarding a firearm permit, press 2. For Max Nate, press 3. For Eric Brown, press 4. For Jordan McMichael, press 5. For Danita Smith, press 6.
Okay, let me go ahead and give Bailey Martin's number. If I can get some people to call Bailey Martin, that would be great as well. Bailey Martin, she just it's the same information as I stated before. She needs, but for this one, instead of an autopsy report, they need to release an official incident report that's not redacted. They need to release the body cam footage of what happened that night when Jaylen got shot. They need to identify the officers in the photos that were sent to her. So basically, for Bailey, just call and say, we need the official police report. We need you to identify the officers who shot Jaylen Lewis. We need the body cam footage released. We need the update on the officers, like their employment. Like, are they still employed? Are they still on administrative leave? What's their employment status at this point? So I need a bunch of people to call Bailey. Let me post her number. I'm going to be posting these people up. And the numbers I'm posting are not personal numbers. These are actually business phone numbers, office phone numbers. So email and call Bailey Martin, who's the DPS spokesperson, and demand that she released the official police report, because they did release something, but it was garbage. It was trash. Okay, and so even if you're watching this live later, I'm posting this information here. So if you actually want to help out with these cases, I'm actually giving you information on how you can help out with both of these cases. This is Bailey Martin, DPS spokesperson. This is her email address. Demand that the autopsy be released, the police report, the body cam footage, everything. That's her number. That's why I just left a voicemail to, and I spoke to before. If you actually watched the other video of me making phone calls, I spoke to her like on the phone. She said once I sent pictures to her of the officer, she would identify the officer. She has yet to do so, and since then she has been dodging. She has not been like wanting to get on the phone. Okay, the next person is actually someone in the legal department, public records, and I'm going to play that phone call. So if a few people can call that number, that would be great. Even after this live ends, call and email that number as well to help with the Jaylen Lewis, justice for Jaylen Lewis.
All right, bye-bye. Bailey Martin 2 is not available. Record your message after the tone. When you've finished, you can hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hi, Bailey. You stated that once you receive... Okay, I already played this one. Hold on. Thanks.
If you are satisfied with your, press 1. To review it, to send your message sent. To disconnect, press 1. To enter another, thank you. Goodbye. You have reached the Mississippi Department of Public Safety Legal Office. If you have a question regarding the reinstatement or suspension of a driver's license, press 1. If you have questions regarding a firearm permit, press 2. For Max Nate, press 3. For Eric Brown, press 4. For Jordan McMichael, press 5. For Danita Smith, press 6. For R.E. Whitworth, press 7. For Jackie Davis,
Whitworth, may I help you?
Yes, I'm calling about the Jaylen Lewis case. You released the redacted.
Calling about what?
The Jaylen Lewis case.
Okay.
Okay, well,
you need to speak to Bailey Martin. She's the public relations director.
Okay, well, you're in public records and you released the redacted police report, and you're the one that redacted the police report and released it, correct?
I haven't redacted any police report because I haven't gotten it. It's an open case. There's only a report out there. There was nothing redacted on it.
Okay, well, the terminology, okay, incident report. You redacted the incident report and released it as part of public records, correct?
There was nothing to redact on the incident report. The incident report was released as it was. There was nothing to redact.
Okay, well, in Bailey's words, she said it would be a redacted incident report. So I'm just rephrasing or stating what she stated, okay? Okay, in the incident report and usual typical incident reports, they have the traffic violation. This just says traffic violation. What alleged traffic violation did he commit? And why would that actually not be placed into the incident report? That's typical for an incident report to have that information.
And you're talking, I can perceive information. If there's any redactions he made, I do them, send them to legal for review, and then they're released. As far as what's in the incident report, you need to talk to NBI.
Okay.
I have no control over that.
And is it typical for a traffic violation not to be given the penal code or any kind of statute or anything of what was violated as a traffic violation for an incident report? That's usually in a traffic violation or incident report, correct?
Well, I only receive them. I do not know what they put in them. I redact whatever is necessary to take out of them. I do not know what is placed in the incident report for NBI. That is not what I do.
Okay, well, your years of experience and your expertise in that field of being a public record specialist, you typically see what's in the incident report, and you would know that most incident reports have what is violated or what the violation of.
Again, I'm going to refer you to Bailey Martin because I do not answer questions to anybody on things like this. That's what her job is.
Yes, but she's public relations.
That's all I do.
I'm asking a general question for your field of occupation as a public record specialist.
I understand, and I'm telling you I cannot answer a general question because that is not what I do.
But this is a general question, so there's no harm in
any questions. I don't answer anything that's not sent through the public record email address. I don't receive phone calls to do things. Everything that I respond to has to be documented right.
Okay, well, this isn't about Jaylen Lewis. Just scratch him out right now, okay? This is a general question.
I cannot have this conversation with you.
This is a general question. Do most incident reports?
I'm not here to answer general questions. That is not what my job is. That's not what I do.
Okay, so what harm is it?
You're referring to Bailey Martin and the director of the department for which you're asking the question.
Okay, and in the typical incident report, as your job as a public record specialist, do you typically see?
Ma'am, thank you. We're going to end this conversation now. You asked me the same thing 4 times. I've already answered it 3 times.
No, this is a different.
I'm in writing through public records, email. You're welcome to, and we'll get you a response.
Okay, so if this question is asked in the email or for public records, you will answer the question.
No, I'm directed to Bailey Martin and the director of NBI for a response.
So you're basically answering my question by just avoiding the general question that most people would just like. No, even if someone wanted
your question, and I told you that your question.
Okay,
that's why I have to send it to those 2 people.
How often do you get requests for public records? You get it.
Hold on just a second, okay?
Okay.
Hold on just a second. Hey, but you need to send your question in writing through public records, and then we go through the process.
Okay, well, this is just a general question. What happened if someone was just interested in your occupation and knowing typical what's typically in the incident report? It's just a general question. It's not really have to be related to a specific case.
Okay. Well, ma'am, look, I'm going to wait on your email. It's been a pleasure to talk to you.
Okay, well, you're pretty much answered. Okay, so basically, as always, people always hang up when they really don't have a good response. And it's interesting how he can't even answer a general question. It doesn't even have to be specific to Jaylen Lewis' case. It's just a general question about what's typically in the incident report. And as you can see, he avoided a question, and I also tried to call the next person. They also avoided questions, and pretty much they really try to avoid questions, and they also do the run around or pass around. They tell you to call this department, or I can handle it, try this person or that person. So that's what they're pretty much doing. Still, it's good if, like I said before they were not releasing anything. They were not releasing the incident report or anything. Now they have released a half-as redacted incident report. But we still need to apply more pressure. That's why I said I need more people to call. This is the number to the guy I was just speaking to, Wentworth. You have to wait until you get to this option. You can call him and apply pressure. I also posted his email address to the Public Records Department. Basically, it has to be more than just me to apply pressure. Applying pressure means a lot of phone calls. Have you ever heard or read the news or even heard the news and heard people say, we received a lot of calls, we received a lot of emails, we received a lot of. That's what applying pressure is online, is when you receive a lot of phone calls from people that are protesting. You receive a lot of emails from people that are protesting. Even for Jaylen Lewis and even for Shanquella, both of them need the same thing, where a lot of phone calls are being made, a lot of emails. It can't just be like a sprinkle here and a sprinkle there. A few people are one person. It has to be a lot of people. No one's going to say, oh, we received a lot of calls and it's only me calling. It has to be a lot of calls and everyone calling. Okay. So when people have that, once you hear a statement from an official saying we received a lot of phone calls, we received a lot of emails, that means the pressure was applied through online means. Dani, you passed him the F off, raised eyebrows, great job. He was stuttering and everything else. He really didn't know how to handle the conversation. That's why he hung up the phone. So
You have reached the Mississippi Department of Public Safety Legal Office. If you have a question regarding the reinstatement or suspension of a driver's license, press 1. If you have questions regarding a firearm permit, press 2. For Mac May, press 3. For Eric Brown, press 4. For Jordan McMichael, press 5. For Danita Smith, press. This is Jordan.
Hi, Jordan. I was told by Human Resources that your department issued a statement about the 4 officers involved in the Jaylen Lewis murder being placed on administrative leave. Well, has there been an update in their employment status?
This is the legal department. I'll either have to send you to our HR department or our public relations.
Okay, well, the HR already referred me to you, and they stated that you issued the initial statement about the 4 officers being on administrative leave, and that was the legal department that handles it. That's according to HR.
No, that was not me. That was probably our public relations person. Can I get your phone number?
So you, as the legal department, I'm sure you're aware, are the officers still on administrative leave, or are they back on the job?
I'm not sure. I do not work in the department that does administrative leave. I do public records requests, so I only do documents.
Okay, well, didn't you So you do documents. Well, you obviously do know what about this case and this incident because you obviously handle the documents and you can see the documents going in and out of the office. So it was public record that they were placed on administrative leave, but no one has updated the family on whether or not they are back in the office or not. So who would have that information?
That would probably be our HR department. I mean, I wish I could tell you something, but I don't want to tell you the wrong thing.
Okay, well they referred me to the legal department. So now it's like a runaround. Is it the HR department? Is it the legal department? And then Bailey Martin is not really answering the phone. So how hard is it for I don't really see an issue of how you can make a public statement saying the officers are placed on administrative leave and then there's no update. If the officers are back in the office, then that should be public information or relayed back as an update on their employment status. I hope they are not back in the office after being told they're on administrative leave without actually letting the public know of the update.
Ma'am, I can't answer that question for you because I just don't know. If I gave you a yes or a no answer, then I would be telling you something without actually knowing.
Okay, well, Human Resources referred me to this number, and now you're saying who is the one who actually placed them on administrative leave? Is it the legal department, right? Who would place them on administrative leave?
No, ma'am, the legal department can't put an officer on administrative leave. So if you've heard the statement, that was probably from our public relations team, not the legal department.
Okay, well, everyone is giving everyone else's, like, say, call this person, call that person. No one is really answering the questions. It's like a complete runaround. So HR gave me this number specifically for this number for the legal department. And then, so you're in the legal department, but public records, correct?
Yes, ma'am. But as far as public statements, that's with our public relations team.
Yeah, but the legal department handles legal issues within the department, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So what aspect of that would you handle for the being placed on administrative leave?
I would not handle that. That would be between HR and their supervisors.
Okay, and can you just transfer me to Bailey Martin?
Sure. Can I get your name and number?
Yeah, they keep on asking for my information. I don't trust them. They really keep on asking for my information. Like, why does she keep on doing that? Like, why? Yes, and what is this in relation to?
If you want to speak to Bailey Martin, she's a part of our public relations team.
Yes, I know. She already has my number.
Okay.
Hello?
Bailey Martin 2 is not available. Record your message after the tone. When you're finished, you can hang up or press 1 for more options. You have reached Lindsay Cranford with the Office of the Attorney General, Lynn Fitch. Sorry, I'm not available to take your call at this time. Please leave your name, number, and message after. Thank you for calling the Office of Attorney General, Lynn Fitch. Your call is very important to us, and we would like to route you to the appropriate division as quickly as possible for assistance. Please listen to all of the following options to find the one that best fits your needs. If you have a complaint, theft, fraud, robocall, or other consumer matters, press 1. If you have been a victim of a crime and need to speak to a victim advocate or file or check on a claim for a victim compensation, press 2. If you need to reach our Medicaid Fraud Control Unit, press 3. If you have a question about an election crime, abuse, or the neglect of a vulnerable person or public corruption, press 4. If you are a public official seeking an official opinion or approval for a local.
Yes, is this the Office of Public Integrity?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, who am I speaking with? Okay, well, I've been actually trying to get a hold of Shirley or Lindsay.
Okay, hold on one second. Attorney General's office, this is Shirley. May I help you?
Hi, Shirley. I was contacting you about the Jaylen Lewis case. Have you heard about that Jaylen Lewis case yet?
Jason Lewis. What case?
No, he was killed.
Got killed.
Yes, by a police officer.
And where was this?
Jackson, Mississippi.
Okay. And you're calling regarding?
Well, complaints have been submitted to the Office of Public Integrity for them to actually look into this because we believe that it's a cover-up going on or corruption going on with the investigation.
Mm-hmm.
So how long does it typically take for a response? Because his mother also submitted a complaint.
Okay, now once they receive a complaint, they have to go through it thorough. They have to make sure another entity is not investigating, because if it's already ongoing investigation, our office can't get involved until after, that agency investigation is completed. But when did you all file the complaint?
I don't know when the mother submitted one, but I know the complaints started rolling in maybe Monday or Friday.
Okay. If that being the case, they will get those, but I'm sure they already have them. They just have to go through them thorough and make contact. One of the investigators here at the office will make contact.
Okay. And what happens if the investigation has been ongoing for 4 months and they won't release any information at all? Not even like what occurred, like the alleged traffic violation that he committed.
Okay, now I wouldn't be able to answer that because I don't know the answer to it. I can get you the number and I can pass it on to the chief investigator.
Well, what is the point of investigating if you wait until after the investigation occurs? So you're stating that you just investigate to see if the investigation was done correctly, or how does that work?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what their direct steps are, but I know if one agency is investigating, another agency can't interfere or intervene unless something is incorrectly done. Or like if, just say for instance, if you feel like if you went to court somewhere and you felt like the judge was being uh, unfair or unethical or something, you can file that complaint against the judge or, like that. But it's just a step. It just all depends on what the complaint, what the situation is.
Okay, well, what we think is that once Jaylen Lewis was killed on 4 months ago, that since then they have not released any information, the police report, autopsy, or answering any questions or anything. It's a complete silence. They have not even released the names of the officers who shot and killed him that night. So it's complete like
it's probably still under investigation.
Yes, it's under investigation, but when is it typical for the officer's name to be killed? Usually when there's an officer involved shooting or killing or any incident on the first day, if the shooter or the killer is known and not at large or anything like that, they release the names of the officers, or they'll even say like what traffic violation occurred or what happened. They probably won't give specifics for everything, but they will release like the incident report and give like the name of the shooter, etc.
Okay, like I said, ma'am, I can get your name and number, and I can have someone call you to answer your questions, give you the correct information, by law information. I can take that. But like I said, if you all have filed complaints and your name and numbers are on there, they will make y'all. We just can't give you a time frame.
Okay. My number is. They all do the same thing. They always say, get your name and number. No one calls you back. That's just a way to get off the phone. It's a way to get off the phone. Just saying, oh, let me get your name and number. Then no one returns a call.
Okay. Let me pass this information on.
All right. Thank you. Bye. Okay. So again, if you're watching this after the live ends, you can still make these calls at any time as long as it's during the business hours. For Mississippi is for Jaylen Lewis, and then North Carolina is for Shanquella. So just make sure you're following the time zones for each, and then you can still make these calls anytime you see this video. Okay, so if you're just not watching it, like if you're watching it tomorrow, if it's after business hours today and you're just watching it tomorrow, then you can make these calls and emails tomorrow. Just make sure you do that at some point. Okay, so what time is it in Mississippi right now? In Mississippi, it is 3:45 p.m. So make a couple more phone calls, and that will be it for today because I'm already pushing on 2 hours with no energy whatsoever. I actually skipped breakfast and lunch today. So let me go ahead and I'm going to make a couple more phone calls, and then I'm going to get off. Let's see. Human Resources is who referred me to legal department, which didn't really make sense, but I really had to call the legal department anyway. And the legal department said, no, it's Human Resources. And then for the autopsy, that lady never called me back at all. So I'm going to call both of those numbers back. Let's see if I can actually get a hold of the main person and see what happens. And then that will be it for today. They do the right thing. Okay, this one is a 601-973-5505. So let me pull this back up. And again, if other people can call, that would be great as well. Let's see, where is it? Bailey Martin, not Bailey Martin. Okay, so it's going to be a lot of names, a lot of names. Where is it? Okay, this number right here, 601-973-5505. That's the medical examiner's office. And the person over that office is Sharon Stewart. Okay, that's 5505 number.
Coroner's office, how may I help you?
Yes, I was calling to speak to Sharon Stewart.
She's not in the office at the moment. Is there anything I can help you with, or would you like to leave a message for her?
When is she ever in the office? I've called a few times and I've never actually been able to get a hold of her. When is a great time to reach?
She's typically in the field.
In the field?
Mm-hmm.
I actually have emailed as well. I guess I can just have her voicemail. Yeah, just send me to her voicemail for now. Yeah.
That would still be at the office.
Okay, well, whenever she checks her voicemail, does she actually call people back? Do return phone calls?
Yes, ma'am, but typically I check voicemails in the morning.
So you're the one that checks it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So so you're saying that she's getting the messages, but okay. But she's not returning the phone calls.
May I ask what you're calling about, and maybe I could leave a message for you?
I've called before about the Jaylen Lewis case. I'm sure you probably I don't know if you remember me or not. I called about the Jaylen Lewis case. And I was told that I will get a return phone call from Sharon. I mean, what is her name? Yeah, Sharon Stewart, but I didn't get a return call.
Okay, give me one moment. Are you a relative?
No, I have general questions that she can answer, whether I'm a relative or not. It's just general questions.
Okay, typically when it comes to cases, she only speaks with the next of kin.
Okay, I have general questions for that she can answer based on her position and within the company. So it doesn't have to be. I'm not calling about a specific case, so it's not going to be personal questions. It's general questions or generic questions, should I say?
Okay. Would you like to speak with the office manager?
No, because I think I spoke to her yesterday. Let me see. Is her name? Let me pull it up. I spoke to. Was it C. Johnson, Carmelita?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I spoke to her and she said that she would have Sharon call me back, and I waited 24 hours and no return phone calls, and now I'm calling back. So actually, yeah, so Carmelita took down my information. So maybe if you can get with Carmelita and get the information that she took down and said that she would give to Sharon Stewart, and it's been 24 hours and no return phone call. And I had general questions for Carmelita, but she couldn't answer the questions. So she said that she would take down my number and give it to Sharon Stewart. And I'm just letting you know, it's been 24 hours. I waited and no return call.
Okay. I will ask Miss Carmelita about it and send out another message to Miss Sharon for you.
All right. So I will return. I will call back on Tuesday if I don't hear anything by then.
Okay. Do you mind giving me your name and number?
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Bye. Okay. I'm going to make one more phone call and make sure if you're catching the replay, the key things to remember for the Shanquella case is that we need to be applying pressure to the FBI and the Department of Justice because they actually hold the most power right now. They can invoke extra territorial jurisdiction, and they can also, if Mexico has filed a request for provisional arrest, then the DOJ can actually implement that or put that into action or put it into effect by actually filing a complaint with the courthouse, federal courthouse, to actually have that actually a complaint to get her arrested. And when with the Bruce Redmond case, only took 1 day after that was submitted by the DOJ for him to be arrested, right? And then as far as Mexico, the emails I gave, just try to email them and make sure that they have applied pressure, demand justice, and make sure that Daniel De La Rosa Anaya, whose email I gave you in this video, that he has applied for a provisional arrest, not just a typical regular warrant, which we already know he has, an extradition, but the extra form or application needed for the provisional arrest, okay? And that he has to kind of like prove that she's a flight risk and that she needs to actually be held in custody right now until extradition is complete. So we need that provisional arrest done so she can be in handcuffs now and not and wait until extradition, which can actually take sometimes a long period of time. Okay, so basically the next person I need to call is Human Resources for Jaylen Lewis. And for Jaylen Lewis, to be honest, this is like a case where it's on the ground. That means that it's not getting a lot of attention right now. It's like it's a lot of footwork that needs to be done to actually get it higher up to a position. Right now, Shanquella's case is up there at the DOJ, FBI like level. This case, of course, because it's like happened within the state, is still kind of at the state level. It has not kind of like surpass that level, and it's actually not getting a lot of attention. So it's a lot of groundwork that needs to be done. And if you know anything about the groundwork, you already know you have to kind of like contact the media and do everything like from scratch on the case before it gets worldwide attention or media coverage. And once it gets like a lot of media coverage and attention, then it won't be as a lot of work. But at the groundwork, that's when it's a lot of work to actually try to get it out there, get the story and information out there. Okay, so basically, let me call it Human Resources because that was the runaround I gave earlier about the runaround from the legal department to Human Resources. So once I call it Human Resources, then that will be it for today. But again, anyone that wants to apply pressure and put foot on necks, I'm giving you the information to the Mexican officials and the U.S. officials at the top of this that can affect change. Yeah. And on the petition page itself, go scroll down the petition. You'll actually see all the information from the ambassadors to the DOJ to the FBI to everybody. Everybody's on there that I can think of. The governor to the mayor, etc. Even if the person doesn't have like full power, even if they have a voice, they can give a voice to the issue. I will contact that person. I have contacted the person. I put that information on the petition. 601-9873. Okay, the next one is this number right here. This is the number I'm going to be calling next. And the last number for today is this is like the wait, no, it's not that number. It's this one. This is like where you can get a like the smorgasbord, like a whole like a different people. You just have to listen and press the right extension number. But this is the one ending 1332.
You have reached the Mississippi Department of Public Safety Legal Office. If you have a question regarding the reinstatement or suspension of a driver's license, press 1. If you have questions regarding a firearm permit, press 2. For Mac May, press 3. For Eric Brown, press 4. For Jordan McMichael, press 5. For Danita Smith, press 6. For R.E. Whitworth, press 7. For Jackie Davis, press 8. For Corey Cockrell, press 9. To repeat this menu, press 0. You have reached the Mississippi Department of Public Safety Legal Office. If you have a question regarding the reinstatement or suspension of a driver's license, press 1.
If you have questions regarding a firearm permit, press 2. For Mac Nay, press 3. For Eric Brown, press 4. For Jordan McMichael, press 5. For Danita Smith.
Okay, that's the wrong number. That's the wrong one. $601. Wait, is it this one? No, that's that one.
Bailey Martin 2.
Okay, that's Bailey Martin. Okay, let me go to the petition page and see if it's on there. No. Okay. I need human resources. Why is it calling this number? Okay, so let me see. Okay, district offices in contact. Let me try this one. Capitol Police Investigations, Attorney General's Office, and let's see, that's the Records Department. Okay. Too many numbers in my phone right now. Okay, did I call this one 3125?
Capitol Police.
Yes, can I speak to the Human Resources Department?
I can barely hear you. What area do you need?
I need the Human Resources Department.
You said Human Resources?
Yes.
Okay, for Capitol?
Yes.
Okay, hold on 1 second. This is Michelle.
Yes, is this the Human Resources Department?
No. Who did you need? Did you have a name specifically, or?
No, I just need to speak to the supervisor in that department.
Okay, well, nobody's here but me. Let me see. There's just Julie and I. So, do you want to talk to someone else, like an assistant chief, or?
Is this the Human Resources Department?
Well, it's not really. We're like the admin to the. I'm the admin to the chief, and she's the admin to one of the assistant chiefs.
Okay, well, how do I get a hold of someone in Human Resources?
Well, we all answer to DPS. So if you want to talk to Hannah or Reggie, I can give you their numbers.
And they're Human Resources?
Yes.
Okay, what is their number?
Okay, her name is Hannah Harrison.
Okay.
And she's with DPS, and her number is 601-987-1453.
Can you transfer me?
I can try. Hold on just a sec. Hello, this is Hannah.
Yes, I need to speak to the HR supervisor.
I guess that's me. I'm the HR director. How can I help you?
Okay, I was told by the legal department that your office placed the four officers involved in the Jaylen Lewis case on administrative leave. And well, it was public information that they were placed on administrative leave, but now when we ask for updates on their employment status, we are told that it's private information. So how is it public to let us know that they are on administrative leave, but private to give us an update on what's happening with them now? I hope that they are not back on the job without like you letting the family and the public know about the update or are changing their employment status.
Can you tell me who you are?
This is just a general question, so I don't really see how that's relevant.
Okay, well, so any public record request doesn't come, it's not housed in HR, it's housed in legal. So you would have been talking to the right department. The public obviously has the right to submit public records requests, and then legal vets those requests and issues whatever information that they can. But anything to do with the employee, anything that I could give on the employee, I can only give to an employee. So HR doesn't deal with public records requests. We would supply legal with information if they ask. But obviously, if you were an employee and you had questions and wanted to know something about your profile or your employment with us, we could share that with you. That's why I was asking.
Okay, so basically, you released the information about the officer's employment status when they were placed on administrative leave to the legal department,
No,
because
I'm not actually saying that at all. I'm just saying, as a general process, if they needed information, they have rights to all of our employee information because they're our legal department.
okay, and they're the legal department. Well, obviously, they had to contact you in order for them to get the information to be able to release it. So at some point, they contacted you to get the information about the officers, and then they released that to the public, correct? That's a typical process.
They have access to any of our employee files, just like HR would.
And they have to, they don't have,
release.
Can you repeat that?
HR and legal work hand in hand. We obviously house employee information and records within the Department of Public Safety, but both departments have access to those records.
Okay, so they don't need your permission. They just can just go get the information, or but you will handle the paper. The HR handles the paperwork for the employment status.
Not necessarily. We obviously we hire people and we do actions here in HR. We have to, but not everything comes through us.
Yeah, the legal department is pretty much saying that the HR handle the administrative leave process, and then the public relations put out the information, and their hands are pretty much out of this situation. So that's why I was referred to human resources to understand the process of how this all worked.
We don't release anything to any public entity without legal permission. So if you were, let's say you were an employee and you were purchasing a home, we would have to have an authorization form to release information.
So basically,
we don't have a mechanism in HR where we tell public, we release information to people who call. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not sure who you spoke to in legal, but I am a little confused because typically public records requests are housed and vetted in legal, and they may mention HR because we have access to the same documentation.
Mm-hmm.
But, even if you didn't call me with legal, or even if you didn't call me with this question, if you said, I want some information on someone in this agency, I wouldn't be able to give it to you unless you're that employee.
Okay,
or
so
a court authority or someone that has a document to send me that's also like the employee is authorizing the public records request or the information to be released.
So is the status of the employees, they were placed on administrative leave, and that was actually released to the public as public because it's public records or is available to the public. Is that public information? Like if I submit a request, will that actually be released to me based on a FOIA request, should I say?
I'm not sure because I'm not an expert in public records. So you can send public records requests for anything. You can send a request, and then it's our legal team's job to vet and see what is allowable based on statutes, based on policies, based on rules. And I'm just not an expert in that. That's not our function over here. Typically, we don't work with public records requests. Like I said, if we do some kind of employee information, it may be for a verification of employment. If someone wants a copy of if they want a copy of their personnel file.
Who makes the final decision? Like who makes the decision of who gets put on administrative leave or not put on administrative leave?
That could be a variety of people.
Okay.
I'm kind of confused how you came over here to me.
Because I'm telling you that the legal department referred me to the human resources. They said I need to speak to someone in human resources because they are the ones that place someone on administrative leave. And then from there, the public relations, which is Bailey Martin, she will release that information to the public. And my question was, if the information was publicly put out that they were put on placed on administrative leave, then why would it now be private if you want to know if they're still on administrative leave? We basically want the same information that was put out previously. So why would it be public once at one point and then now private for that same piece of information? Unless obviously if something has changed and they're back on it, they're employed or back on the job, should I say, and they're no longer on administrative leave, then that maybe now where it would be switched to private. Well, that's what I'm speculating. What I don't see the difference to what would change from now, from what at one point saying it's public that they're on administrative leave, and now saying that's private information that can be given out.
Have you submitted a public records request?
Not yet. That's my general question. Can this actually be acquired through a public records request?
They are going to be the people to find out, because I don't have a mechanism, nor am I the authority to do that. So the way to see if you can get information and what information is accessible is to submit a public records request.
All right, I would do that. So
but
yeah,
even if it weren't you and I talking, if someone else called me and asked for this information, it's not really HR's role, nor do we just release information for employees. If you were to ask questions about employees, the only route there is available is a public records request. Yeah,
I didn't know whether or not if there are exceptions to being able to tell employment, because obviously they were publicly put out that it was administrative leave, and now it's something saying it's private. So which one is it? Can that actually be public information put out or not? When someone is put on administrative leave for an officer involved shooting. So I will go ahead and submit a request, but
that's the mechanism that we have in place. That would be for any state agencies through the public records request.
Okay, and just to confirm that
I'm not familiar with the public statement. I have not read it. I don't know what you're referring to. I don't know who you're referring to.
Okay, well, I was told that it was Bailey Martin that put out a public statement saying that the 4 officers were put on administrative leave, but there has not been any updates since then. However, rumors, which I don't really go by, obviously, but rumors states that the officers are back on the job. Yeah. All right. Well, I will have them submit a request, a public records for a request, and see what comes about. But as I said, I was told you
are trying to contact the Department of Public Safety, correct?
Yes. Well, that's who's over the Capitol Police, correct? Are investigating the Capitol Police? Okay. So yes.
Yes. So Capitol Police employees do fall underneath our umbrella.
Okay. Yes, that's correct. So I will
just making sure.
Yeah. Okay. So I will go ahead and have you heard about the Jaylen Lewis case?
Yes, I do know some things, but I'm just not going to pretend to be an expert. I have 1,500 employees. It's a fairly busy job, so I'm just trying to do what I need to do day to day. But that's why public records is housed in legal, because that's their responsibility.
Yeah, I spoke to them, and they referred me to you, and they pretty much took themselves out of the equation for this. So
do you know who referred? Do you remember a name?
Yeah, I spoke to Wentworth, but he's not the one that referred. It was actually Jordan Michael.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So
get your name and number. All right.
Okay.
If you don't mind. I'm not sure how I can help. I'm just also kind of confused why this came to me. So trying to figure out procedurally. Stuff.
I understand.
But I don't know if I can help you in any way, but I am going to at least call over there and see if there's something I'm missing. Okay?
All right. Thanks.
All right. You're welcome.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, y'all, that's it for today. I made phone calls for both the Shanquella case and Jaylen Lewis case. I also, as I showed, I sent emails and also did requests from the governor, Roy Cooper, to the FBI, to everyone I could think of for today. And yeah, so if you are just not getting here, just make sure you catch replay, and I will see y'all in the next live. Bye. Oh, let me see a few comments that I probably missed. Oh yeah, make sure you sign both petitions. Shanquella's is change.org/Shanquella. That's change.org/Shanquella. And for Jaylen Lewis, his is change.org/Jaylen Lewis. That's change.org/Jaylen Lewis. And thank you to everyone that stayed through the whole live and for both cases, because we have to remember both were 25, both were murdered, and the family both want answers. We want answers, we demand answers, we need answers. Everyone wants answers. We want justice for both of these families. And that's why I'm trying to call around to get answers, whether it's from people that probably were there that day or know some insider information, or it's government officials or people that can give answers and give justice. Whoever I can try to call to get some piece of information or clarity on something is what I try to do. Okay, so basically that's about it. And I don't know if anyone will actually call me back or not. Most likely, most people don't call back, but we will see. And hopefully, viewers out there, once you're watching this live on the replay, at some point you will actually pick up the phone. And if you don't pick up the phone, because a lot of people are intimidated by phone calls, emails are more simpler and easier to do. And I have supplied all the emails. If you actually go on the petition or the petition updates, I have all the emails you can need for everybody that you can think of for both cases, from the top to the bottom to the bottom to the top. So all the information is there. Okay. So have a great weekend. If I don't see you back before then, I'm actually going to try to think of anything else I can possibly do. But I know for Jaylen Lewis, I have a lot to do because that's groundwork. Shanquella case is already spread worldwide. It's already off the ground. But both will still get, obviously, my undivided attention. Well, it will be divided, but I will make sure I'm giving both an equal amount of attention. We currently have 1,578 signatures for Jaylen Lewis. So please, I need 1,600 signatures for Jaylen Lewis by Friday. And for Shanquella, I need 1,646 signatures, so 1,646 signatures. And tonight I'm actually supposed to be joining a panel tonight. So I'm actually trying to go refresh and eat something and get a little, probably take a nap or whatever, so I can actually be on that live tonight. Oh, thank you so much hey, Blonde, oh my gosh, girl, I love you, I miss you, I was worried about you. Use the hashtag on all social media platforms. Hashtag Justice for Jaylen Lewis. Use it on all social media platforms. Justice for Shanquella as well. Doves Flying High. Please sign and share the petition. Avenger for Life. Thank you, girl, and welcome back. I'm glad you're. Hope that I'll talk to you privately. But yeah, Glenn, welcome back, girl, and thank you for supporting my channel as always. Okay, so so I'm hoping that everyone signs and shares this petition. If you don't call and you don't email because whatever your personal reasons are, what you can do is actually share the petition with everyone that you know. Both petitions help us get to the weekly goals. Every week I'm trying to at least get 100 signatures for each petition. So just sharing the petitions will actually help spread awareness, because everyone you share it with will share it with more people and more people and more people. And then some of those people will make phone calls, and some of those people will send emails. And then next thing you know, we have more and more people calling and more people emailing because they're just now finding about these cases. So that's why I love people sharing, because you never know. Like even I think Janice gave me an idea today to actually try to request a meeting with the governor through an online form, or actually request that he attend the event that's coming up for Shanquella. So I submitted a request. I don't know what the outcome will be, but hey, it's worth a shot and it's worth trying. Dani, you passed him. Oh yeah, that you pissed him off. Yeah, some people really do get pissed off. The last lady I just spoke to, it seemed to me like she didn't really like how her name was being put into this. She was like, HR does not have anything to do with this. So I think she would want to actually find out And I threw somebody under the bus. Sorry, Jordan, but I threw you under the bus because, girl, you are getting on my nerves. So I was happy to throw you under the bus. Danny, I just ordered my pin button. If you have Facebook, I'm on Facebook, but I just use it, to be honest, to be nosy and messy and to message people. But you can always message me on there. But I really don't use Facebook like that for my YouTube channel. It's just a messy page on there that I could just like I have access to Facebook and be nosy. Yeah. Like, share, and yeah, make sure you hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button on your way out. You go, Danny, you got her frazzled, child. I get some people frazzled. I like to make phone calls and I'm wide awake and fresh. That way I can actually be on top of the game. But if I'm not, then I won't be. So I don't really know how the last phone calls played out until I actually listen back. We must get ready to boycott, march, and vote these corrupt politicians out of office and change this evil police system force that's not working for all of us as Americans. Our lives are precious. There's a lot of corruption, and I'm telling you, something's going on with this Jaylen Lewis case. And if you actually follow Dani Rabbit Hole News, the family of Jaylen Lewis will be on her channel. They've already came to my channel already, but they will be on her channel soon. Hi there, beautiful lady. Hope you're having a good day. Yes, that's my mod tribal. Locked up abroad. Next episode. Well, hopefully, she's on there one day, right? Hey Valerie. So happy you're doing this, Dani. Hey Victoria. Who are we trying to call? Girl, you gotta catch the replay. It's been on 3 hours. You have to catch the replay. So when I have a number to call, I actually post it on here for everyone to call, okay? Please like, share, and subscribe. Hey, Stephanie, girl. Hey, my another mod. My mod showing up. Hey, Danae. Message sent. All right, thank you, Danae, for sending messages. Okay. Well, are you talking about to me or the email? Yeah, they not trying to give out information. This is insane. Okay, that system on information on the employees must change, and public records when a corrupt cop gets on leave. Let's get a list of things we want to change in the system. Does not work. Okay, so basically, we will be submitting a request to see what information we get back and what response. Even if you know someone is going to say no or whatever response they are going to give, it still keeps like a public record or a documentation of what happened or what transpired. So it keeps a paper trail. So either way it goes, it's worth a shot to try and just to see what will come back. And even for the police report, like incident report, it was garbage what they sent the first time. So requesting it again, we'll actually see if they actually send the same thing or will they make some kind of changes. We will see. The more pressure that's applied by not just me, but if a lot of people call and send at least send emails, then we'll get more results. So please, 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 if you're intimidated by phone calls, because not everybody likes to make phone calls, especially when it's to officials and the police and different things like that. So you can still send emails. Emails are harmless. Okay. Bye. Enjoy your day. Bye, Gwen. I catch you on the replay. Thank you, Dani, for your hard work and dedication. Yes, catch the replay. And I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you've been okay. Good job, Dani. Bless you, beautiful Black Queen. Yes, auntie. Yes. Thank y'all. Have a great evening. Yes, have a great evening. You're saying amen or amen. Hit that like button for Dani on your way out. Yes, auntie. Yes, show me some love, y'all. Show me some love. I'm on E, but I'm still on here. Glad you're going to be on that panel. Yeah, I'll probably, to be honest, by that time I'll probably be tired. But I'll be on there for at least a few minutes. I probably won't be on there all night. I will probably be on there for like a few minutes, okay? Take care. Same to you. We appreciate everyone's support. We definitely do. We appreciate you. And welcome to all my new subscribers. Hey Sharon. Okay, let's see. Okay, yes, I've been good. Okay, that's great to hear. Please hit the like button on your way out. Yes, hit the like button. And that's all. Okay, bye y'all. Adios, amigos. Hey Janice. Thank you so much, Dani. Thank y'all, and I appreciate everyone that has been submitting forms, because I know a lot of people have submitted forms for Jaylen Lewis. And remember that public integrity form, I will be sending out an email later on after I get some energy or whatever. And that public integrity form will definitely, you can all submit that. That definitely will be helpful as well to get this word out. And for Shanquella, oh my gosh, let everybody invite the governor to that event. We want the governor at that event. So I will actually pin the comment under this video. Everyone's fill out this request for the Governor Cooper to come to the Justice March for Shanquella. He can make a trip to Charlotte, North Carolina to come to that event. And when he comes, that will actually bring the media, and then that will actually spread awareness through North Carolina about Shanquella and all over YouTube, because YouTubers will report on him speaking there. So yeah, invite the governor to the event for Shanquella, and then the FBI and the DOJ will hear about the governor of North Carolina being at the event, hunting the event. So then, yeah, he can actually put an envelope. Well, he probably ain't gonna write a letter and send it, but at least he can show up and do a brief speech. Bye. Oh yeah, to me on Facebook. Okay, all right, I'll check it. Bye, y'all.